Welcome back into Rounding Third Baseball, episode 268, World Series preview. Wow.
Woo.
World Series preview. Dodgers in 4. Okay, thanks for watching. We'll see you
See you
next
next week.
I'm Nick, and we have Harrison. How are we doing tonight, Harrison?
I'm fantastic, Nick. I woke up with one of those man colds this morning, so this will be my Michael Jordan flu game. One of several that we've had over the years, but
For sure.
I'm doing my best. But I did actually I liked your prediction earlier today where you picked Dodgers in 2. I thought that was bold.
Yeah, very bold. Let's see if it pays off for him. But yeah, I'm exhausted. Harrison's sick, so let's just dive into it. Let's go.
Just
But
hang with us, people.
yeah. But first, make sure you follow and like us on Facebook. You can subscribe on YouTube. You can also follow on Instagram, Rumble, and TikTok. You can also listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. We also have our affiliate sponsors, Logitech, MLB Shop, and Lids. You can find these links at the tops of all of our socials. So if you get any of these products, please get them through our link as we get a nice little kickback with no additional cost to you. Just a great way to support the show.
Yes,
We
and
also
thank
have,
you to Logitech who powers my whole setup over here. So
yes, absolutely. We also have Rounding Third merch on Etsy. So search Rounding Third Baseball. We have sweatshirts, t-shirts, tumblers. We got a whole bunch of goodies on there. Just another great way to support us and to get our name out there. And finally, on Patreon, we are building a small community where we can just talk baseball whenever we want. We will have exclusive content on there, some behind the scenes stuff, and just a great way to talk some ball. So check us out on Patreon. All right. As we have said the last few shows, it is giveaway time. So if you had left a review previously or within the last couple weeks, your name was entered onto a wheel for a giveaway where you, as the winner, gets to choose one item from our shop and we will send it to you. So Harrison has got the wheel with all the names on it. We are going to spin it and see who our big winner is.
yes. So first of all, thank you everybody that participated. The reviews are huge for the page, huge for the podcast. We appreciate it. Without further ado, let's give out some merch.
All right, let's do it.
All right, let's give it a spin.
Oh, no way. Of course it is.
Nostalgic baseball geezer is our winner.
Nice. Love that. Not rigged, I promise.
All right, Nick, I'm going to throw this out there. I think we give away 2.
All right, let's do it.
Let's take geezer off and spin it again.
All right.
Ah, nice. Oh,
Ryan
look at
Taylor.
that, Ryan.
All right. So we will get in touch with Ryan and we'll have his pick of what he wants from the merch shop. So congratulations, Ryan. Congratulations, Nostalgic Baseball Geezer. All right. We are going to dive in first with the news, and then we're going to dive in all World Series talk. This is the only news item I have this week because this was really the only thing that came out. So we find out why Albert Pujols isn't going into the Angels manager role. It's because Kurt Suzuki's taken it. So another former catcher takes the lead of an MLB team. What is your thoughts on this hire, Harrison?
I think we had debated, Pujols, does he go to Anaheim, does he go to Baltimore? And I thought Anaheim was probably the lesser job, and it sounds like Anaheim was like, no, we're good, Albert, go explore other options, which to me was surprising. I didn't realize Kurt Suzuki was looking for a managerial job, to be honest.
Right.
A guy who retired not that long ago, was a very well-respected guy around the league, a very adequate, very good catcher, good career. And I think as we see with catchers, they have a unique perspective on the game. And I think he's going to be a good hire for them, a guy that brings credibility, a guy that brings experience, also a guy who brings some toughness because that was really his MO. So I like the hire, but I was a little bit surprised because I did not realize he was out there.
Yeah, I didn't know his name was even being brought up at all. But it does say something. You look around the league and it's just catcher, 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 like all on the bench. And that says something for, like you said, the unique perspective on the game. They manage games. They're the field general out there. They can see the whole field at all times. They're the only player on the field that can. So that says something. So I think this is a great hire by the Angels. I mean, we'll see. That AL West is always weird. I think the Angels are a few pieces away, and we'll dive into that deeper in the offseason. But I mean, they're not in bad shape once that Rendon contract goes away. I think they can start making moves for sure, but we will see. I like the hire.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's Kurt Suzuki is a guy that definitely will command the respect of a clubhouse.
Yeah,
and has been there before.
yeah.
Mike, sorry, buddy. It looked like it was going to stop on your name, and it just rolled over.
Yeah, we will have other chances for giveaways too. So hang in there, Mike, for sure. Yeah. So, all right, let's yeah, listen, we'll get into this.
Yeah.
It's funny. I'm wearing the Blue Jays hat, but I got a prediction for you. So don't worry.
He's wearing the Blue Jays hat so he can take it off and crush it.
Yeah. All right. Game 7 of the ALCS. I mean, George Springer again. I mean, this dude is all over the playoffs all the time. He's climbing his way up the home run leaderboard, and it's big home run after big home run after big home run. The go-ahead 2-run shot in the bottom of the 7th to pretty much put a dagger in the Mariners. I mean, that is such a momentum swinging swing. The Mariners just couldn't, like, that was it. That was the dagger. And you could see the balloon just deflate in the Mariners dugout. I mean, the look on Brian Woo's face said it all.
Yeah, it looked like somebody kicked his dog. I mean, it was bad. I mean, you could see that whole dugout went from top step, like pounding on the rail, to slumping back in their seats. And that is George Springer's MO. The guy in the playoffs is about as clutch as they come. We were live watching it, and I mean, I just sat back in my chair and went, "Wow!" Like, this guy always gets the big hit.
Mm-hmm.
Always gets the big hit in deciding games.
Yeah.
Did it with the Astros, did it with the Blue Jays. A super tight game, but he always finds a way.
It's wild. It is so weird that you have superstars during the regular season that somehow can't find it in the playoffs, and then you have the opposite. You have decent players that get to the playoffs, or even not so great regular season guys, Kike Hernandez, that gets to the postseason, and all of a sudden it's like they're the best guy in the league. So, absolutely insane.
Look at the run Tommy Edman went on last year in the NLCS. I mean, dude was the NLCS MVP, and most of America had no idea who the guy was.
Yeah. Yeah, capping the Brian Woo interview after the clubhouse, and the guy screaming in the shower or the bathroom or wherever, just somewhere else in the clubhouse, that said it all for sure. So,
yeah, that's tough, because here's an organization that was like, they were just like 6 outs away from making their first ever trip to the World Series, ever, and to have that taken from you like that has got to just be absolutely heartbreaking.
Yeah,
and you could see it all over their faces.
Yep. This is the first World Series appearance since the Blue Jays too, since '93. I mean, that says something too. That's a long time without a World Series appearance. But man, oh man, that's a Game 7 you want though. When you're looking at a Game 7, that's what it looks like. Somebody with a big hit, a close game, not a blowout. It was everything it was cracked up to be. So, congratulations to the Blue Jays. They move on, and we get our World Series preview. LA travels to Toronto tomorrow night for Game 1. Who do you got? How many games? And who wins the World Series MVP?
I'm so torn on this, for a lot of reasons. One, I don't know who beats the Dodgers right now. They have just steamrolled everybody. I do think the Blue Jays have a lot more to offer than they've seen in the playoffs yet, but that Dodgers team is just so loaded. So that's one. Two is the Bo Bichette situation is still very much up in the air. He's saying he's ready to go. Schneider's like, man, we're going to work him out again to see what happens. We're not sure. He might, maybe he could play second base, maybe he could DH, blah, blah, blah. They're trying to figure that out. But I do think that the Blue Jays are a team that could do this. This is a team that they can hit enough, they can pitch enough. I think they're a team that could pull it off. But my brain says one thing and my heart says another, and it's hard because I just don't know which way to go. But if you're telling me right now I got to make a choice, I'm going to take the Blue Jays in 7. My brain says it's Dodgers in 5. I just don't want to see that. I just don't want to see that. And I like this Blue Jays team enough, especially if Bo Bichette's back in the lineup, that they can hit better than the Brewers can, for sure. They can pitch about as well as the Brewers did. Because keep in mind, the Dodgers didn't go out and score a ton of runs. They won a bunch of close games against the Brewers. They didn't blow them out. If they can get that same kind of performance, I think this is a team that can hit enough. So I'll go Jays in 7, but I don't feel good about it.
Yeah. I said it last show. I'm gonna say it again. I think this is a 4-game sweep. I agree with everything you said about the Blue Jays. I do. I think they are the best team that the Dodgers are going to face in the playoffs. But this Dodgers team can beat anybody in any type of game, and they've proved that. They can win in a blowout. They can win in a 2-1 game. That's just, you're not going to get through the top 5 guys without getting hurt at least once, let alone 2 or 3 times. Because if Ohtani doesn't hurt you, Betts is going to hurt you. And then Freeman backs him up with back-to-back doubles. Like, those guys are going to hurt you in the World Series. It is, right? And the Blue Jays have guys that can hit. I agree with you there. I just don't think they have quite the firepower in the lineup as the Dodgers do. Now, I think the Dodgers have them in the starting pitching. They're rolling the same 4 out that they did in the championship series. So they're going Snell, Yamamoto, Glasnow, then Ohtani. I mean, Ohtani's your 4th starter.
It's 4 aces.
Shohei Ohtani is your 4th starter. That's crazy to me. He is an ace on 26 other teams. I mean, he's their 4th starter, and everybody is healthy. Except, Harrison, you found it before we came on, Alex Vestia is left off the lineup, and that's kind of a decently big hole in their bullpen. Now, they haven't needed him because the starters have gone 6 or 7, and then they just turn it over to Trinan and Sasaki in the 8th and the 9th. But for me, the Dodgers are the complete team, and it's by a lot. I like how the Blue Jays are playing. I don't see in any universe how the Blue Jays win this series, and I think it's a quick one. I really do. I hope I'm wrong, but I think it's a quick one.
Yeah, I mean, it is. This has all the makings for a team momentum coming in and just continuing to roll, and that's what you end up with.
And I think that's the only shot the Blue Jays have is this layoff. So I'm with you, Captain. Like, the layoff for the Dodgers is really the only shot that I think the Blue Jays have. Is you hope that the Dodgers come kind of sleepy in game 1. But I don't see it. The Dodgers are too well seasoned. They're too good. They're too good.
They're too deep. You don't need all 9 guys firing on all cylinders. You need like 3 of them.
Right.
And that's all it's going to take. And I will say, I mean, MLB.com did a breakdown position by position, and I think positionally these teams are very equal. Defense and ability to hit, ability to field the ball. I think the advantage goes to the Dodgers in the rotation. The advantage goes to the Dodgers in the bullpen. However, I do think there are opportunities for this Blue Jays team, as they showed. They beat up the Mariners starting pitching, and I would say the Mariners starting pitching might be the only staff that's better than the Dodgers. And they beat the starters up pretty good. They struggled against the bullpen, but they got to the starters. And when the Blue Jays are playing well, they get out to a quick start. And if you get out to a quick start and make this Dodgers team go to the bullpen earlier than the 6th or 7th inning, you will expose that bullpen. The Dodgers rolled through the Brewers because the bullpen had to get maybe 6 outs a game.
Yeah.
If you ask the bullpen to get 9 outs or 12 outs, that plays absolutely into the Blue Jays' hands. But they have to get on the starters. Could they? Absolutely. They will put up a lot more fight than the Brewers did. But if they don't get up early on the starters and these games get deep and they're low scoring, then they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, I just don't see how the Blue Jays get to those 4. Even if it goes 7, you're not going to get to those guys numerous times.
Yeah.
Right? They're too good. They're great at making adjustments on the fly. Blake Snell looks like he's in Cy Young form. Yamamoto, the back half of the year, has been pretty unhittable. I mean, Glass now goes in and throws 102 for 5 innings. That's really, I think, the only shot the Blue Jays have to steal one. Could they steal one in game 1? Like I said, kind of the lag effect, if you will, for the Dodgers? Possibly. But Snell's too damn good, man. And he's pitched in the Rogers Center before. He's comfortable on that mound. He spent all that time with the Rays. He knows how to pitch there. So I'm not worried about Snell at all. And good pitching hits or beats good hitting any day. And I'm afraid that's where the Dodgers have the upper hand.
Yeah. I think all those points are true. I think it's a relatively close matchup. But I think it's the depth of the Dodgers that make this really, really scary.
Yeah.
It's because it's not, we saw the Brewer, we said it with the Brewers going into the series. If you can get through the top of the lineup, you can't let the bottom of the lineup beat you. And game 1, they got beaten by Kike and Teoscar. And then the next night it was back to, the guys at the top got him. Betts and Freeman got him. And the night after that, it was back to the bottom. Then it was Ohtani in game 4. They could not get all the way through that lineup without getting hurt.
Yeah. Mike, I'm with you here. Jays really have to win tomorrow to have a shot. I think if the Blue Jays win tomorrow, it puts the Dodgers back on their heels a little bit, being like, hey, they just beat our ace. Like, now we're going to press a little bit. But, man, I don't know. I mean, I said everything I said about the Dodgers pitching. The only thing that the Blue Jays, I think, have an upper hand in is they punish balls in the strike zone. They really do. Right? And these Dodgers pitchers tend to pound the strike zone. Blake Snell is a pound the zone type of pitcher. And they have some guys that can put contact. Now, they also did expand the zone with the Brewers because the Brewers were that same type of team. Like anything in the zone, the Brewers could put a bat on. They leaned against that and kind of stretched the zone a little bit and made the Brewers chase. And the Brewers all year hadn't flailed. And in that series, they did. Bad. So maybe they have that same game plan against the Blue Jays. I don't know. But I think the Blue Jays have a little bit more disciplined lineup. I mean, right to Vladimir Guerrero, his knowledge of the strike zone, his ability to go to the opposite field with power, with pop. Ernie Clement, most underappreciated guy right now in the playoffs. He's ridiculous. He puts the ball in play, gets some hits. I think the Dodgers have to expand the zone. Blue Jays have to lay off.
Yep.
So I mean,
yeah, there's no margin for error here for the Blue Jays.
No,
you've got to be about perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to you can't be 1 for 8, 1 for 9 with guys in scoring position. You can't be going up there and having 8 to 10 pitch innings. You've got to make these guys work. You got to get the starters out of the game. If you can get into that bullpen, the Blue Jays have a massive advantage by getting into that bullpen with that offense. If they can't, and they're making weak contact or flailing and stuff like you mentioned, it's going to be a long freaking series for them.
Mm-hmm. You
got to work counts. You got to take pitchers deep.
Yep, I agree.
That's their only shot. And not that the Dodgers starters are unhittable, but they've proven that if you give them an inch, if you give them anything, they will absolutely make you pay for it.
Yeah, I agree. Who do you got winning the MVP?
I mean, Vladdy's had one of the best postseasons I think we've seen in a long, long time. So To me, it's Vladdy's going to have to be a monster for this team to win. He's going to have to absolutely throw this team on his back one more time.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with. I always hate going with like the obvious guys, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, Shohei Otani wins the game clincher in game 4 when the sweep and hits 2 home runs. Like, I mean, obviously, like that's gonna
Well,
be MVP,
let's
right? But like,
do this then. Who's your obvious guy, and then who's your dark horse?
well, I mean, my obvious guy is Otani because he's gonna get a pitching win. He's gonna hit a couple home runs. I know, crazy,
You
right?
think Otani could win an MVP in the World Series? What?
Yeah, I mean, he goes into the Hall of Fame tomorrow if he retires. Remember?
I mean,
So
agreed, totally.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, the obvious one is, and I think it's Otani, even if the Blue Jays win. I mean, let's
Yeah,
call it how it is. Could be one of
they
those.
should just give it to him now because it almost doesn't matter.
Yeah. My non-obvious one, I'm gonna go with. I got 2 guys I'm kind of floating around my head, but I think I'm gonna ultimately end on Teoscar Hernandez as my non-obvious one. Kind of dark horse, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, he's the kind of guy that if he gets hot, kind of like a Geno Suarez, like if he gets hot, he could carry a team. It's just what he does. For me, the dark horse is Ernie Clement. That guy
Yeah.
does literally everything. And honestly, for the Blue Jays to win, you're going to have to get big production out of all those guys. The Clements, the Varshos, the Kirks, the Lucases, like all those guys have to perform.
The Bargers. Yep.
Yeah, and who were great in the ALCS,
Mm-hmm.
but they've got to step that up even a notch higher.
Yep. Good question, Forrest. I wonder if any World Series in history has been as pre-decided as this one. I mean, recent memory, I don't know if I can think of one off the top of my head it feels this lopsided.
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of one that feels this lopsided as I'm thinking back through them. I mean, you had the Dodgers and Diamondbacks who were kind of both surprises, but so that wasn't lopsided. You probably have to go back to like the Cardinals had that team that was like 83 and 79 that won a World Series back in the early 2000s. That might be the most like shocking that they won.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have one. I mean, because even the late 90s, like, yes, the Yankees were a freaking dynasty, but I mean, there were still some other really good freaking teams coming out of the NL. I mean, the Braves were no slouch. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, I mean, we might have to dial the clock back quite a bit, or the sundial, if you will. Probably have to dial the sundial back quite a bit.
Going back.
Forrest said if there ever was, it probably ended up being an upset, and the pre-deciders were wrong. Right, 1914, 1969. I mean, 1960. Right. I mean, the 1961s.
Yeah, John, this is a good one. The Marlins and Yankees. That series was a bit of a shock. The Marlins took that one.
Yeah, that one's fair. Yanks over the Padres in '98. I mean, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, the Padres were they were a good team, but they were no juggernaut.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the one in recent memory. I can't think of any other ones that have been really this lopsided.
No, so. and I think in fairness to the Blue Jays, I think this one is lopsided more on perception than reality. I think when you lay these teams side by side, they're a lot closer than we give them credit for. It's just that feeling. Like you look at the Dodgers lineup and go, man, like these guys are like there's no holes. They got everybody, blah, blah, blah. And you lay them side by side and you're like, the gap's not actually that big. But it just feels like it's that big because they are such a juggernaut. The expectations for them are so high that I think we've just burned into our brains that like there's nobody that can match up with them.
I mean, that's a fair point. I mean, just star power alone.
Yes.
You're just like, hey, this has to be the Dodgers. And, they don't take a deep dive into the stats, right? They're just like, You got
Yeah.
Snell, you got Glass now, you got Otani, you got Freeman, you got Betts, you got Teoscar, you got like it goes on and on and on. And the Blue Jays are like, well, they got Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Right.
And a 43-year-old Max Scherzer. Oh, okay. Now I'm not taking anything else away from the Blue Jays
No.
lineup. I think they're great. The question mark about Bo Bichette also puts a question mark into the series for me.
Yes.
And George Springer too, right? We just talked about how he's a difference maker, but for me, it's the full package for the Dodgers. Why I think this is a 4-5 game series. Like I do not see this one going into next week. Let's just put it that way. Like, I mean, I made a joke on a post today. I was like, yeah, the Dodgers in 2. I think it's going to be mercy rule. And we're just like, you know what? Like, we're good. Like, just go home for the season. But
yeah. And when you look at the offensive numbers for the Dodgers, like they haven't been impressive yet this offseason. Like they've done enough. And they didn't exactly blow the Brewers out. They won a bunch of close games. You look up and down this lineup. Mookie Betts is hitting 293 with 6 RBIs in 10 games. Okay, Freddie Freeman's hitting 231 with 1 RBI in 10 games. Enrique's hitting 306 with 4 RBIs. Teoscar's got 4 home runs and 11 RBIs. Otani's got 5 home runs, 9 RBIs. He's hitting 220. Muncy's hitting 214 with 1 RBI. Pages hitting 086. Will Smith's hitting 286 with a couple of RBIs. Like offensively, they haven't been a juggernaut. They've been good enough. It's really been the pitching that has saved them because they've not scored a ton of runs. The Blue Jays have to keep them there and not let these guys get hot.
Yeah. Captain's kind of making my point here, right? Brewers had the best record in the NL and got swept and dominated. And now they have the Jays who had the best AL record, and we're all expecting the same result. And I said it earlier. It's because the Dodgers can win all types of games. Like they're not like the Red Sox were this year, for example. Like they have to score 8 runs to win a ball game. Right? Like this Dodgers team can win a game 2-1. They can win it 3-2. They can also win it 20 to -8. So I mean, we've seen all types of win. They can win sloppy games. They can win tight ones. So like they're all over the map, which makes them even more of a juggernaut for me. Is they are so versatile, and you have guys that can play multiple positions and plug and play, and they have all the matchups. Now that helps when you have 5 Hall of Famers in the top 5 slots of your lineup. I get it. But I just think they are the most rounded team out of the 2, and it's not even close.
And they are by far the deepest team with the best. They're the top heaviest team in terms of talent. They're the deepest team in terms of that roster. Are they beatable? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. But they're like reaching the ultimate boss at the end of the game. This is going to be the hardest battle that anybody's going to fight. And the hope was these guys got bounced earlier, and you didn't have to see them in the World Series because you do not want to see this team with momentum coming into the World Series. And here we are. They just annihilated the Dodgers. They beat up the Phillies, and really it was 2 innings that the Phillies really woke up to win that one game. Otherwise, the Phillies were not even there.
Yeah.
And poor Cincinnati was just a sacrificial lamb in the first round.
Yeah, that was glorified inter-squad game. Let's be honest.
It was a warm-up.
It was brutal.
I mean, again, like I said, my brain says this is Dodgers in probably 5, maybe 6, but probably 5. But I feel like this Blue Jays team has got something special.
I want them to have something special. Like I want this to be a series. Like I don't like watching World Series that are not close, right? I don't think anybody likes watching a finals of any sport that's an absolute blowout. I mean, how many Super Bowls have we watched that have been like 52-3? Or you know what I mean? Like that's not a fun championship game to be a part of. Like I don't want that for the World Series or baseball. I want it to be tight.
Unless the Super Bowl is 28-3, then it gets really interesting after that.
Well, there's that too. There's that for sure.
Yeah. Captain. Hopefully this is not the original Zelda because I never beat it. Yeah, this is the ultimate like boss battle.
Yeah, I'm gonna be pulling for the Blue Jays, but my brain like yours, says this isn't a close series.
I think the Blue Jays have to be too perfect to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're asking a lot of this team to take them down.
You're asking a kid, Trey Yasevich, that was in single A ball 190 days ago. Think about that.
He literally got drafted last year.
Yeah. 190 days ago, he's starting game 1 of the World Series that fall. I mean, talk about pressure. Now, these guys have pitched in big moments. We've said that with the young kids making big differences when they first come up to the league. Like, these guys have played in big pressure cookers their entire careers. So, like, that's why we're kind of seeing them get to the level of MLB and not really affecting them that much because they've been in that pressure cooker already. Yep. So, I mean, it's still not Fall Classic game 1. Your team hasn't been there in 35 years.
Right.
But, I mean, that it's a lot to put on a kid that's got 40 innings under his belt at the MLB level. I mean, he's filthy. The kid is filthy. And that might be the upper hand. You said it in a text message to me earlier, Harrison, and I think you nailed it. Like, they don't have a book on this kid yet. None of these guys have seen him. So maybe this would be the chance for the Blue Jays to steal one.
Yeah, and and if the Blue Jays can come out in game 1 and throw the first punch and knock the Dodgers back on the heels a little bit, this is a whole different series. But if they don't come out aggressive and land the first punch, and you let the Dodgers settle in, it doesn't matter if you're playing in Canada, LA, Jupiter. It won't matter. That once the Dodgers get rolling, you won't be able to stop them.
Yep. Before we head on to our game 1's pick to click, Mike's got a good question in here. Your favorite World Series that didn't include your team. So his are the 01 Diamondbacks, Yankees, and then 97 Marlins.
Those are great World Series.
Mm-hmm.
Those are. I would throw another one in. I would say 2016 with the Cubs.
Yeah.
That was an incredible World Series. I remember watching Rajai Davis single-handedly try to bring the Indians back into it in Game 7. That 16 was a great series. 2003 was a great series when Josh Beckett strapped that team to his back.
And anytime the Yankees lose in a World Series, it's a great World Series, but that's just me.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, all of my favorite World Series are the ones the Yankees lose.
John Carter, 89 A's and Giants. I mean, for all the historical things, right? I mean, you got the earthquake in the middle of that.
The earthquake year, right?
Yeah, I mean, crazy. Man, there's so many that.
And one that I liked watching just purely because how good they were was 05 with the White Sox. That White Sox team was unbelievably good.
Mm-hmm.
Like unbelievably good.
Yep. I honestly liked the 2019 one, the Nationals and Astros. I enjoyed that series quite a bit. Mostly because the Astros lost, but that Nationals team was also really good too. And watching Steven Strasburg at the top of his game, literally blowing his shoulder out for that World Series, like the dude can't even lift it above his shoulder anymore. Like completely
that was wild.
That is putting everything on the line for your team. Like he ruined his career because of that World Series. But I mean, absolutely insane. I love that one. I thought that one was very entertaining.
Yes, that was a good one.
Yeah.
And Joseph, you're right. I think we can all share this. The Mariners have as many World Series appearances as we all do personally. That's a pretty cool stat.
Yeah, it's brutal. It's
like we're just rubbing salt in a fresh wound, but yeah, it's 100% true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Daniel, we think the Jays have a slim chance to beat the Dodgers. If any team in the playoffs can do it, it's the Jays. But they've got to play nearly perfect baseball.
Yeah, I can't think of any other team, National or American League, that could dethrone this Dodgers team, honestly. I don't think any other team matches up with this team. I think this is, like you just said, I think this is the only team that would have a legit chance, I think.
Yeah. And they've got some momentum. They've got You know, they've got some magic going. They've won some games that you didn't think they'd win. The Springer home run in Game 7, like that was feeling like that one was just slipping away, and you know, there's been some magic.
Yep.
We'll see.
Cran, this is a good one. The 2015 one
Oh
was
yeah,
good because the Royals had stunk for so long. I mean,
yeah,
that's a great one.
they got robbed in 14.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So we are going to put these out on post too, but we thought we'd do game one since it's tomorrow. I'm going to put these out on a post tomorrow. But Harrison and I are going to have our picks to click for each game. So as you can see, Harrison has Yasevich going. For me, you're probably gonna laugh at my picks as everybody does with all my posts on Facebook.
That's the best.
Um,
That's the best part.
yeah, I'm gonna try to stay away from the obvious picks to click, like Betts and Freeman and Otani. Like those are just easy picks, right?
Yeah.
Or Vlad Guerrero. I want to pick somebody that I think could go in matchup wise and make a difference. Now, I chose Tommy Edman because of his plate coverage, his discipline. I think he can lay off the Yasevich splitter or at least spoil it off to get a fastball to do some damage with. That's why I ultimately ended on Tommy Edman for the game one pick to click for the Dodgers.
Yeah, Edman's one of those pesky hitters that will jack up the pitch count and then just wait for you to make a mistake, and it just drives pitchers crazy. I took Yasevich as the pick to click because I as we mentioned before, the Dodgers have not seen him yet. His overhand delivery is different. His splitter movement is different. And we've seen this Dodgers team struggle against guys that throw a heavy splitter. And I think because of that, I think Yasevich has the best chance of these Blue Jays pitchers to come in and kind of surprise them. You know, Gosman's not going to surprise them. He's been around for years. He pitched in San Francisco. These guys have all seen him. There's nobody else in that rotation that's going to have a chance to surprise them. Yasevich is that one guy that could.
Yep. Mike, this is a great pick. Dalton Varsho's his pick to click. John, I said this. He's my dark horse to win the World Series MVP. I think Teo shows up in big moments. I think it could be him if it's not, one of the big four. But I like Varsho as a pick to click too. He's been good. So
yeah, and honestly, I originally was thinking about Clement because if he can create a little chaos, get guys on base, make Snell work. You could see Snell didn't have to work against the Brewers. It was pretty much smooth sailing the whole way.
Yeah.
Get some runners on, create some chaos, create some movement. See if these guys can handle it.
Yeah. Kike Hernandez. I mean, I could pick him to click every single game. This dude in the postseason World Series doesn't matter. This dude is on. I mean, it's crazy how little you saw him in the Dodgers lineup in the regular season. I don't think he's had a night off in the postseason.
Why would you?
Well, that's what I mean. That's how ridiculous this guy is.
They're playing him over Conforto. They finally realized that the Conforto experiment needed to end.
I mean, that's also
is Conforto even on the roster?
Most likely not.
I don't think we saw him at all.
No, but yeah, I don't know, but we will see. Do you have anything else on the World Series or Game 1 before we move on to World Series trivia?
No, I'm looking forward to this thing kicking off. The narrative right now is all about it's Otani versus the Blue Jays. I'd love to see that go away. It's the Dodgers versus the Blue Jays. Otani's not going to do it by himself, but I think it's going to be a good one. Strap in.
Yep. All for it. So here we go.
Oh, so hang on, Forrest.
Okay, go.
Will we hear him swear on live TV again? Probably. I just don't want to see him come around to score and then hump the guy in the on-deck circle. Like, I'm good not seeing that ever again.
We didn't even know what that was. Like, what?
That was so weird.
I got no words.
Yeah, there's no words for it.
No words. All right, World Series trivia. I have some fun ones in here for you guys. These are, I think they're great. So hopefully you guys like them. Here we go. The first one is a little lengthy, so stick with me. Who is missing from the Steal a Base, Steal a Taco all-time campaign list? We have Jacoby Ellsbury 2007, the very first one. This guy 2008 for the Rays. Angel Pagan 2012 for the Giants. Lorenzo Cain 2015 for the Royals. Lindor 16 for the Indians. This guy 2017 for the Astros. Mookie Betts in 18. Trey Turner in 19. Betts again in 20. Ozzie Albies in 21. Schwarber in 22. Ketel Marte in 2023. Who are the two guys that are missing?
Ooh. 2008. So who would have been the speed guys, the 08 Rays? So Crawford's already gone.
This guy was a middle infielder.
So it's too early for Zobrist. Lugo wouldn't fit, and it was too late for Lugo.
It's not Michael Brantley in 17. That's a good guess.
That is
It's
a good
not.
guess.
It's not Kemp for the Astros. It's not It's not Carl Crawford for the Rays. Those are all great guesses.
Say it's not Longoria. Too late. Wow.
Yeah, I left the two toughest ones, I think. I was going to leave Schwarber off just because it's Kyle Schwarber, but I thought
who was the shortstop in 08 for the Rays?
Yeah, that's the question. That's the question. He played in Minnesota from 04 to 07, the Rays from 08 to 2010, ended with the Padres back in Minnesota 2014.
I can picture him.
Not Michael Bourne. That's a good guess.
Oh, 08 Rocco. That's a good guess.
Yeah, not Baldelli. Shortstop. I'll give you guys a few more seconds.
I can picture him. I cannot think of his name. I want to say it's like Barrett. It's a B.
Oh, you're so close. You are really close. It's not Chisholm from the Yankees.
It's Bartlett, Jason Bartlett.
It is definitely Jason Bartlett. Okay, how about that?
17, I have no idea.
This is
everybody I was thinking, everybody's already guessed.
Yep, so this is a center fielder. Played from 07 to 2021 for, here we go, strap in. Detroit, Florida, Padres, Braves, Tigers, Angels, Astros in 17 for a hot minute. To Miami, to Seattle, to the Yankees, to the Tigers, to the Cubs, to the Mets.
Oh, God, it's the kid that started in Detroit, the center fielder, a big lanky kid.
Yeah, I got it. Jason F. and Bartlett. Yeah, and then Bartlett there, yeah. Not Correa for the Astros. Not a bad guess, Cran. Center fielder. This guy bounced around everywhere, but was pretty speedy. Nope.
Rich Hill.
Rich Hill.
And before you say it, no, it's not Jamie Moyer.
Or Babe Ruth. I might have to give this one to you. This is a toughie.
I think I know who it is, but I cannot.
Yes, it is Cran. It is Cameron Maben for
nice.
sure.
All right.
Nice pull. Cameron Maben. Yes. So Bartlett and Cameron were missing from that one. All right.
Wow.
After that, oh, Mike Reed just got it too. Nice. All right.
Whew.
After that brain buster, I'm going to give you guys a break. So here we go. Who has the highest batting average in World Series history? Have to have a minimum of 50 plate appearances. He hit 455 in 59 plate appearances. Yes, sir, Harrison. You are definitely correct.
That finish is forever etched in my brain.
Yeah. That's why. Well, and that's why I said I thought I'd give you guys a brain break after that one. I thought about leaving all of the Steal a Taco ones blank.
To
have you guys go through it, but I didn't. I was like thinking in my head when it comes to cutting it out in a reel. I was like, I don't want to try to sort through that mess. Like that would be ridiculous. Yes, it is.
Be a 5-hour show.
Oh God, yeah, absolutely. David Ortiz for sure. David Ortiz, highest batting average with a minimum of 50 plate appearances. Nice.
He was pretty good in the postseason.
Yeah, he was all right. He was all right.
If you're into walk-off home runs and winning.
Yeah, that was just the World Series. That wasn't even the postseason. That was the World Series alone. But
that's true.
All right. Monte Irvin, Paul Molitor, and Reggie Jackson all hold the all-time most blank in a single World Series with 10.
Well, it's not hits. Certainly not home runs. That'd be a lot of home runs. Holy cow.
That would be a crap ton of home runs. That'd be like Daniel Murphy on a Bender home run streak right there.
Yes. Yeah.
Doubles.
Doubles is a good one, John.
Doubles is a good guess. It is not doubles. Cran also guessed doubles, not doubles.
RBI is a good guess.
RBIs, it's not RBIs either. Great guesses, Mike and Captain. Extra bases, also not it, Patrick. That's a great guess. It is indeed runs scored.
Nice.
Runs scored. 10, even though 10 runs scored in a World Series is pretty ridiculous too. So yeah, runs. Nice job, yeah. So Patrick and John got hangovers. Almost.
Oh,
John.
man.
Yeah.
I think David Wells would be the holder of that record.
Yeah. Cran, hang on to that thought, buddy. Hang on to that thought. All right. Who has the most total bases in a single World Series matchup with 29?
That's a lot of total bases.
Yeah, well, this guy was ridiculous in this World Series. Yes, sir. And you got the year.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I mean, he literally single-handedly won that World Series.
Mm-hmm. It is definitely George Springer. Nice job, John Temple. Yes, George Springer went on an absolute tear in 2017. Say what you want about 2017, like he knew it was coming, but he still had to hit it. But I mean, ridiculous. Arozarena is actually a really good guess because he destroyed 2020. That's a great guess for us.
He did.
Yep. Springer in 17 is absolutely the answer. Altuve is also another great guess because he's had some huge series as well. But yeah, George Springer in 2017 was something else. Yeah, and this is what I was talking about right here. Here they come. Trash can, the garbage can helped. Yep, knew that was coming. All right.
Yet another Dodgers World Series loss.
Yep.
17,
all right.
18. Line them up.
Yep. All right, history buffs. This one is for you.
Oh, great.
What other player is tied with Yogi Berra for the most career World Series doubles with 10?
Oof. You said history buffs. This is going back.
Yes, this is going back.
Ty Cobb.
Yeah, good guess. Yeah, Harrison was banging on a trash can for me to tell me what was coming. He did too. Yeah. Yeah, not Ty Cobb.
Tippy Fairbanks.
Really close, honestly.
Low pocket Nelson.
It was high pockets Kelly, but no,
whatever.
It's not him. Not the Reds. Not Rogers Hornsby. You're on the right.
A great guess.
You're on the right team, Cran, but it's not Rogers Hornsby. Not Stan Musial. That's another great guess.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
This guy does. This you probably don't. You've definitely heard the name, but he has an alliterative name. It is Frankie Frisch. Baseball
there he is. There's the dork.
Nice job. Yeah, Frankie Frisch. Nice job. There he is. Threw that one just in for Forrest. I saw that and I was like, yep, here we go. History question.
Yeah. Thanks, Nick.
Yeah.
Willie Mays Hayes.
You're welcome. He's second on the list, John. Yeah, he's second. Willie Mays Hayes. Red Schoenweiss. Yeah, that's a good guess too.
Yep.
All right. Next one. Who is missing from the top 3 list of players that are tied for the most home runs in a single World Series with 5? We have George Springer, 2017, like we said, Reggie Jackson, obviously, and this guy. Dork coming in with his cape on. I love that comment. That's awesome.
Is this Twins or Phillies?
Phillies.
Okay.
Paul O'Neill's good guess. Not him. Not Pujols. Not Schmidt. Not Freddie Freeman.
I mean, it's not Ryan Howard. Not big enough to be Howard.
Nope.
Um,
You're in the right time. You're in the right time frame.
Jimmy Rollins had a little run there.
Not him. Not Howard. Not
Chase
Rollins.
Utley had a run there.
It is Chase Utley.
Okay.
Yep. Chase Utley had 5 for sure.
I said it right as John said it.
Yep. Nice John
job,
Carter got a Utley. Yeah. Scott Rowland, not a bad guess, but yeah, Chase Utley with 5. Yeah. All right. Got a few more. Which batter struck out the most times in a single World Series, fanning 17 times?
It's a lot of Ks in one series. Oh. I'm looking at it going, that looks really, really familiar.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, John, the Utley, as soon as I was running through the Phillies players, I'm like, oh, duh, that's Utley. Like that solid front seems like it should be a big giveaway.
Any Mets player. That's awesome.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
If you guys have followed the page, usually when I leave a name blank, I leave X's, or Harrison leaves X's on the lineups, and the number of X's is the number of letters in their name. So pay attention to that. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. But all right. So Harrison's got this. This was the team opposite of the Astros and George Springer's run in 2017. Yep.
Yeah, Springer hit all the home runs, and this guy got all the Ks.
Yep. Not A-Rod, not Adrian Gonzalez.
Was this his MVP season?
I think it might have been. Might have just... Yeah, I think it was... Let me see real quick.
I'm hoping I just gave it away. There it is.
Yeah.
Yep. John Temple got it. Mike Reed got it.
Yeah, his MVP was in... No, his Rookie of the Year was in 2017. His MVP was 2019.
Oh, right. That's right.
Yeah. Well, I know it's right. I just looked it up on Baseball Reference.
Yeah. Well, but you might have used Google AI for all we know, which case it was wrong.
Yeah, true. Yep, still got it. Yep, Belly. Nice job. All right,
Is this Manny's less volatile sister, Mary?
For sure. All right, I got 4 more for you. Who has the lowest career World Series ERA? A minimum of 20 innings pitched or 4 decisions. He has a .25 ERA. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that delivery is...
I keep looking at this, though, and I'm like, is he a righty? Is he a lefty? And I made the silhouette. It's like...
It's funny. This one, I can clearly tell he's a lefty.
Yes, it is Mad Bum for sure. Madison Bumgarner. Fernando, not a bad guess there, but yeah, it is Madison Bumgarner. There are some guys with some epically low ERAs that fit that criteria, but man, oh man, yeah, .25 is ridiculous. That's like what? That's 1 run. I mean, silly. Yeah, and this guy was on pace to be one of the best pitchers of this era if he didn't get on that dirt bike.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yes, it is amazing how And the dude was pitching on like 2 days rest out of the bullpen in some of those games. Like
Yeah.
he was an animal.
Yep. Yep. So Madison Bumgarner is correct.
Mad bum.
Yep. All right. Also, this one is also not hard on the brain because the silhouette is a dead giveaway. So I'll give you guys that hint before I read the question. Who has the highest career World Series K per 9 ratio? Minimum of 20 innings pitched or 4 decisions. 11.3 over 28 and 2/3 innings pitched. Yes.
That's pretty good.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. That is a silhouette that would be hard not to match.
Yep. It's not Nomo. It is.
Oh, actually, yeah, Captain. In your defense, that could easily be Nomo too.
Yeah. Not Oral. It's not Mariano Rivera. It is El Duque for sure. Orlando Hernandez. You forget how good he was during that stretch. Yeah, absolutely. Nice job, guys. El Duque. Yeah. That high leg kick then. It was like the era of the high leg kick came back. It was him and Dontrell, Nomo with whatever that mess was on the mound. And
yeah,
like it was so awesome to watch those guys.
I mean, Nolan Ryan there for he
was up there too. Yep, for sure. All right. Which pitcher has the most shutouts in a single World Series with 3? Now, this silhouette should give you an idea about the time period because, as you can see, pitching mechanics really weren't a thing back then.
Yeah, he's awfully upright in his follow through.
Yeah. And I probably didn't even finish reading the question, and Forrest got it. It is Christy Mathewson. Yeah. Christy Mathewson is correct. Crayon got it too. Nice job. Jack Morris, great guess. He had a few in there. Walter Johnson. But yeah, 3. I mean, these guys pitched every game of the World Series. He just shut them out 3 times. So crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Here is the last one. Who is the only pitcher to save all 4 games in a single World Series? Now, there's a ton of guys that have 3. He is the only one in World Series history to save all 4 games.
Forrest literally had just mentioned Christy Mathewson like 2 minutes before.
Yeah, that's why I didn't put it on because I was like, it's coming up.
Boy.
Gagne's a good guess. It's not him.
I mean, your gut says it's Rivera, but that's clearly not Rivera.
It is not Rivera.
We got Wetland in chat. Is that Wetland?
John Wetland is absolutely correct. Nice job, Patrick.
Nice job, Patrick.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Wetland is correct. So, yeah, I looked it up. He is the only player to save all 4 games. No one else has done that. A lot of 3s.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that means that's how close the World Series were too, right? I mean, they're within 3 runs each game that the Yankees won.
Every game was savable.
Yeah, exactly. So pretty crazy. So that is all I had for World Series trivia. I probably will put some together for Sunday too, and if it's still going on, then for Thursday. But thought that was pretty awesome. All right. This is the part of the show where we open it up to you guys. Whatever you want to talk about, you can throw it in the chat. I do have something that kind of came out today or yesterday that I kind of want to talk about a little bit. We don't know a lot about the details of it yet, just that they announced the 4 cities that the Women's Professional Baseball League is going to be in. So they are bringing it back. They actually had tryouts and stuff here in Durham, North Carolina this summer, and they had some original members of the league there signing autographs and stuff. So it was pretty cool. my friend Jen Hirschberger actually sent me pictures because she went to that event, and it was
cool.
awesome. It was really cool. Maybe I'll post some on the page, but it was really cool. She got to meet him, got some autographs. Now, these are the 4 cities, and they make sense to me, right? New York, Boston, Los Angeles, San Francisco. These are the cities with, big historic franchises, right? Giants, Dodgers, Red Sox, Yankees. They have huge media markets, right? They have the potential to pull people to these games. So I think this could be pretty cool. I mean, we'll see what happens with it, but there's some girls that can play. And Monet Davis is rumored to be one of the top draft picks in this class.
Yeah, I remember they made a huge deal out of the fact she was trying out, and she at one point was trying to raise some interest to get more girls out to try out. But I think it's cool. It's cool. But my comment to you is, man, the travel is going to be brutal. 2 East Coast, 2 West Coast, nothing in between. It's all the travel is going to be tough.
Yeah. Forrest says, is that just the first 4, or is that the only 4 teams that will be in the league the first year? So I did a little bit of reading on it. It looked like initially they were trying to get 6 teams in there. Maybe they felt it was watered down, so they just kind of went to 4 to start. So this looks like it is going to be the first 4 in. And this is going to be the inaugural year with just these 4 teams. I'm kind of excited to see what the names might be. Like, are they going to do like a WNBA and NBA thing where they kind of like keep it close to what the men's is, or are they just going to go completely different? But I'm kind of anxious to see this. This is supposed to premiere in 2026.
Yep.
And then the question you asked is like, are they going to be playing at Fenway, Oracle Park, Dodger Stadium, and Yankee Stadium? That I don't know either.
I mean, my guess is that'd be tough to make the schedules aligned to do that, and I can't imagine the MLB teams want more people running around on their grass. But who knows? I mean, it'd be cool to have the Boston team play at Fenway Park when the Red Sox go out of town. Like, that would be really neat, and you could build a schedule around that.
Boston Pink Sox. I mean, maybe. I mean, we'll see.
I mean, the Bloody Sox would make sense too.
Yeah, that's terrible.
The Crimson Thigh Highs.
But I mean,
John.
Honestly, like the Boston Pink Sox really isn't that bad, because Boston has one of the best, if not the best, cancer facility in the country with Dana-Farber. Like, that might actually be a good nod to both the city and all right, we're moving on from this before it gets completely out of hand.
The problem is, John, they can't do that. Like, they're not equipped to do that. It'd be something else.
Are you just being Los Angeles passive aggressive, Harrison? Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm just pointing out to John that, like,
yeah.
The parts aren't the same to be able to do that.
Well, I mean, fair, but I mean, great one. But all right. Anywho, moving on from that, what else do you guys got for us before we head out?
Sidestep that mess.
Yep. that escalated quickly.
Yeah, it sure did. Holy cow. I mean, as I expected, it probably would.
Brick stabbed the guy.
Oh, God. Oh, I can't do it.
I mean, that's a good point, Grant. The Red Sox pink hat fans isn't a compliment. I mean,
it's true.
No, fair.
It is true.
But
so I'll throw a couple things out there just for the heck of it.
Okay, good. Get us off this topic.
Yeah. So we got Tony Vitello coming in as a new manager of the Giants, coming from Tennessee, has had great success at Tennessee, but he's making the jump right from college to MLB with no MLB coaching experience. What do we think?
I think it's good for a team to have a guy that doesn't have experience, right? Because there is something to say about a guy that's been in the pipeline for so long that, like, if you hire within, you hire a minor league coach, you're essentially kind of getting the same type of managers, right? So I think getting something completely new, just rebooting the whole system and getting a guy with new thoughts, new ideas, new ways to run things, I think could work out. And as we saw, the Giants weirdly kind of hung around at the end of the year there. Maybe they just need a fresh outlook on things with a guy that's never been there and has run a successful baseball program from the ground up. So I kind of like it.
Do you want my unpopular opinion?
Bring it.
I I don't understand this move for the Giants. So you're a team that's not that far away from competing. You've got a pretty sizable payroll. You got money to spend, and you're bringing in a guy who's used to sitting on living room couches and convincing mom and dad to send Junior to play in his program, where they hit with metal bats and they deal with NIL and they deal with recruiting. They also deal with life. And you're asking him to make that leap from coaching kids at a very high level to coaching millionaires that have been there where he hasn't. I just, and no offense, John Carter, I expect this from the Twins because they don't have a better option. I don't expect this from the Giants. This is a job that a lot of managers with experience and the receipts would want, and I'm scratching my head at it because it's a big change to go from sitting on the couch recruiting kids to having to manage the personalities of 26 millionaires.
I, I totally agree with you, but I think that's what the Giants want. They need to reset something and reboot something, and this might be a way to do it. So
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely see where you're coming from though. Like it is, it's apples and oranges,
Yep.
college and pro ball. It really is. But maybe that's the change the Giants are, like we've said it before. It's like, hey, this hasn't been working the last 20 years that we've tried it. Or well, I'll say 10 years for the
10.
Giants, right? 10 years that we've been trying it. So why not just try something different? Like, what the heck? Let's go for it.
Yeah.
If we don't like it, we fire him at the end of the year.
Yeah, and Vitello is a great like baseball guy, baseball manager, tactical manager. That's just a big change, and I don't understand why the Giants are choosing to go way outside of the typical hiring lane to make this move. But it's a move you'd make if you didn't have better options. It feels like we just don't see it a lot. You see college coaches go to the NBA. You see college coaches go to the NFL. You don't see a lot of college coaches go to MLB, like because the games are very different at those levels. Yeah, basketball and football are not that much different. But I mean, I think the world of Vitello, and I think if there's any guy who could make that leap, it's him. I just find it odd that an organization with the stature of the Giants is making that move. I would have thought a team like the Twins would be just begging somebody to come take the job and would go to the college ranks.
Yeah, I don't really know who's going to fit there. That's a weird one.
I mean, and who's going to want the job at the Twins? The Giants' job is a good gig. I mean, well, yeah, I mean, sure, I'll sign me up. Yeah, I'll go get my head kicked in for 2 years and come
then
home.
Retire and be fine. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to get an established, experienced manager to go there. You're going to have to go pull a coach off of a bench somewhere or go down to the college level or the minor leagues. I feel like the Twins are going to be the one that is having to go outside the normal hiring path.
Yeah. Why don't we all just like from this show, we'll just all manage the Twins together. We'll just take up the entire bench and just manage the entire team.
I honestly think if I'm the Twins, I put little buttons at the seats and I make all the decisions on the board. Let the fans vote. Who cares? We're not going to win anyways.
That would be incredible.
Should we steal second base? Yes. 82% of people say yes. We're going to send him.
Yeah. That would be awesome. It's just like real life MLB The Show would be awesome.
It'd be awesome. Can we? Yeah, the Dodgers are intact. Can we just simulate this series to get through it?
Yeah, bring little Billy back from Little Big League for sure. Yeah. Absolutely. All for it. Let's do it. Oh, did we see that Ortiz and Class A are suing the Dominican League for not letting them pitch? Yeah, because they got suspended from the Dominican League as well with all um, the betting scandals or allegations. I don't even know if it's proven yet. We still haven't heard anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm guessing this World Series is going to end and it's all just going to go. Bleh. I think they've been hanging on to this and they're waiting for the World Series to get over. Then it's all going to come out.
Yeah. And we said that back in like September. Like it feels like
Yeah.
they already know. They're just waiting to release it because they don't want to screw up the season.
Yeah.
This is one of those like you drop the news like after the GM meetings are over, so that you can't find anybody to talk about it, and you hope it dies.
Yeah. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. But I mean, do they really have a leg to stand on? Like it's the Dominicans, they don't want that there either. It sounds like so. Why?
No, the
Why
winter
let
leagues
them in?
basically said like based on what you guys are going through, the accusations, the suspensions, like we don't need that sideshow here. And MLB's kind of told the leagues like we'd prefer if you don't let them play. And so they're trying to argue that like MLB is trying to collude to keep them out of the game, and it's not, they don't have the right to do that, and these leagues can't punish them for things that happened in other leagues, and blah blah blah. This is whole circle, but I will say like Class A and Ortiz deserve an answer here. They deserve their day in court. They deserve to face whatever charges are coming against them. This dragging it out is crazy.
Yep. So
You got to deal with it at some point.
now, on top of that, I get a message from one of our followers, one of our loyal followers, John Temple, and he tells me, "Did you just see that the NCAA is allowing their athletes to place bets?" So NCAA athletes can now place bets. However, they can't place bets on college sports. They can only do it on professional sports. So athletes and training staff are allowed, and they just can't bet on college. Now, you're opening up a whole new can of worms there too, because now you have to regulate how many college athletes across the country. I mean, we're talking thousands.
There's a lot. You're talking about hundreds at every university. Times
Yeah,
all the universities.
yeah, and you have to keep tabs on that. I mean, I don't like that personally. I don't think athletes should be gambling on that either, because I think it's just that's silly.
It's just like MLB inviting gambling right into the game and then banning guys for doing it. I mean, I'm sure everybody saw the headlines today where 34 people were arrested, including Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier and all this for basically point shaving that's been going on for years.
Mm-hmm.
And you watch the like the video evidence of what they're using, and you're like, well, yeah, of course, like this is crazy. Like there's no way that you actually turned the ball over on 4 straight possessions, passing to nobody. Like it was bad. The evidence is bad. But the more you invite this in, the more stuff like this is going to happen.
Yeah, as soon as MLB and NFL, NBA, NHL, all that stuff started inviting these in-game parlays as sponsors to these shows, you opened it up. You laid in bed with DraftKings and BetMGM and all these big betting companies. As soon as you let them advertise on your show, it was game over.
Yep.
Now you're never going to get rid of it.
No, you can't unring the bell. You're done. This will forever be something you've got to deal with. Yeah, and like John Carter saying, someone knew that there's advanced knowledge of a LeBron injury that's being fed to them. Chauncey Billups was feeding information on the Blazers lineups. You had Terry Rozier, who took himself out of the game in the first quarter to make sure that people could bet the unders on his personal stat line. It's unbelievable how bad this is. The only thing I can think of is that Class A and Ortiz are going to have done something similar. But how long until this infects college? These kids aren't millionaires. If somebody
that's not true now with NIL money.
I mean, in certain sports, yes, but like NIL money goes almost entirely to basketball and football.
Well, fair.
Like, at what point does does the kid who doesn't get as much NIL money as the kid that's coming in say, yeah, I'll fall down for 20 grand. I'll fall down for a new car. I'll fall down for, whatever. You're just asking for this to become part of your games, and you don't need it.
Right. Just because they can't place bets on college sports doesn't mean that somebody else, gets in their head and is just like, hey,
Yep.
twist an ankle or do something, like it's not, this isn't great.
Yeah,
It's
the
not.
stat lines the stat lines are going to go for 100. Make sure you drop a couple. Yeah, I'll give you 50 grand, and I'll go place a bet for a couple hundred and double it. Like this, you're just asking for this stuff to become part of the game. And do you really need college kids throwing daily bets out there? Like, really? You're a college athlete. Like, you can wait until you're a grown up to go place those bets. Like, why are you doing that in college now?
Yeah. Dude, I was excited when we got like $5 on a road trip per diem in
I know.
college. Like, I wouldn't be gambling that away to try to make it 10. It's like, no, dude, that's my lunch. Like,
Exactly.
that's that.
But wait,
No
you want me
way.
to strike out 4 times? You'll give me 20 grand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, the sketchy dude at the Burger King in the back who's like trying to run a bookmaking operation and pulling these kids into it. I mean, it's going to be impossible to police this. You're just asking for gambling to get closer to student athletes, which is crazy. And at what point do you start inviting DraftKings like right on the college campuses? Are they going to be hosting the college game day sponsored by DraftKings right on campus? Like
Yep.
it's going to get ridiculous.
I mean, they can't bet on each other, right? Like
Right.
college kids can't bet on college sports, which, I mean, yes. But then again, you are trying to manage. I mean, they have to have the number, right? I mean, would you say 100,000 NCAA athletes across the country?
Sure.
What
Cran,
did I
that's
miss?
cold. Nick was going to strike out 4 times anyway.
Yeah, it's usually 5. I don't see your point. 540,000 as of 2024. 540,000 NCAA student athletes.
Is that
And
all?
you're gonna
Is that D1, D2? Is that all levels?
That's
Okay.
all levels. And again, according to Google AI, so who knows?
Plus or minus 50%.
Right. But even then, how do you police that? You have to have right. I'm essentially. Yeah.
I mean, you can't because like John's saying, it's very simple. It's like, hey, my neighbor Joey, our star hitter just like bombed his midterms. He's getting benched. You should bet on the other team. Or there's all kinds of stuff that could just like slip out, and now you got to worry about this insider information idea, where
Yeah.
players are feeding information they don't. And in some cases, they may not even know they're doing it.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, his point is like if I'm a year ahead of you in school and I get drafted, right? And we're still buddies. Like I have insider information at the pro level to feed down to you on the team that I'm drafted on. And that's where it gets messy.
Oh yeah, I mean it can go all directions here. Like you can get information fed down to you to place bets. You can be sharing information out to place bets. Like there's so many ways this can go bad, and so many ways it will go bad. And then you've got the big sharks that'll try to get players to do things for them. Hey, you got screwed in the NIL portal. Let me make it up to you.
Yeah.
How about you want? Don't you want to get back at these guys?
I don't get it. I really don't. I mean, I've never been a big gambler. I mean, I've always said like got to have money to spend money, but I mean, I just brutal. I don't get it.
It's unnecessary, and it brings the problems closer to home. Just keeps bringing them closer.
How does this even like come to be at an NCAA board meeting? Like they're sitting around and like, you know what we should do? We should try to get the kids more money. How do we do that? Fundraiser? No, that's terrible. How about DraftKings? How about we just let them bet? Oh yeah, great idea. All's in favor. I mean, like, how does that even become a thought in the board meeting? and then have it pass. Crazy, absolutely crazy.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where I wouldn't be surprised if individual universities say, no, we're not allowing that here. Like our code of conduct is going to be different. And you may have universities, and I can think there's definitely schools like BYU. BYU is going to say, never are our kids going to bet on our campus. We don't care what the NCAA says. But there may be other schools that are just going to say, look, we're going to hold our student athletes to a higher level of conduct, and it's a no from us. Then you're going to have the Wild West of who's enforcing it and who's not.
Yeah. I just don't understand it. I really don't. But
I would love to know who brought it up and why.
Right.
How does this become an agenda item to vote on?
I honestly, I don't understand it.
I like
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah. How can we let the kids possibly get more money without paying them? Let's see. Yeah, sure. Just let them gamble.
Yeah, let them throw their per diem into DraftKings, see what happens. We're gonna feed them the money through NIL and per diems and all that and scholarships, and let them, throw it all in DraftKings.
Just crazy. Because now, I mean, you
Mind-numbing.
open that up. I mean, granted, not all 540,000 student athletes are going to start placing bets, but this just makes DraftKings and all of these sites even bigger and with more power and with more pull. Like, it's just absolutely wild.
So it begs the question, like, what's in this for the NCAA? Is DraftKings and FanDuel, they're going to sign bigger sponsorship deals and throw more money in the kitty?
Have to, right? It has to be. And that was
Yeah.
maybe that's where they got the pressure from. DraftKings and FanDuel and all them were like, hey, if you guys let us into bed with you, we're going to pay you, and we're going to pay you big time for advertising our stuff if you do this, this, and this for us.
Yep. Yeah. We just gave you 539,000 potential new customers. What's our cut of that?
Yeah.
John, show me the money.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, follow the money here. Wait until there's some big announcement where DraftKings is sponsoring something, or now there's going to be a bowl game that they've got, or
for sure.
Just wait, it's coming. It'll all make sense at some point.
Just no need for it. There really isn't. I'm sorry. No need. So, yeah. And then after they get to college, I think the Little League World Series will be next. They'll allow those kids to place bets on college sports, but just not on coach pitch, So,
T-ball's out, boys. T-ball's out.
Yeah. But I mean, it is what it is. I don't get it.
Yeah. I expect a lot of universities to say, nope, not here. We're not doing this.
DraftKings sponsored the national championship game, so there it is. It shows you how much I pay attention to college football.
No, he's saying that the DraftKings sponsored national championship game, that's what'll come next.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's how I'm reading that.
Yeah. DraftKings.com brought to you by BetMGM.
Yeah, the DraftKings Bowl brought to you at BetMGM and FanDuel.
Yeah. Just crazy. But
the Roulette Bowl.
Yeah. All right. Anything else? We got anything else in the chat? Anything else with you, Harrison?
No, I mean, I got an interesting article that I guess I'd like chat's opinion on.
All right, fire away.
I'm a little bit worried about what I'm going to open up by bringing this up, but we'll see. So earlier today, The Athletic, I guess The Athletic through the New York Times, they have some kind of a relationship where they write. But either way, Jim Bowden wrote this article, and it is the top 10 MLB stars most likely to be traded this offseason. Here's the list. Number 1, and I think no surprise, Tariq Skubal. I think, given the difference in contracts, he has to be the number 1 guy to get traded. Thoughts?
I think the asking price is going to be way too high for a team to pull the trigger on in this offseason. he might be a trade deadline deal for me. I think the Tigers are gonna ask for the world, and rightfully so, for a full year of Tarek Skubal. I think he's to me more of a trade deadline piece because the asking price is going to be ridiculous. John thinks they'll pay him. They think they'll find the gap and pay him. Okay, I can see that too.
I'd like to believe Detroit will pay him, but I think they've proven historically, the Miguel Cabrera deal did not work out great for them. The last 5 years of that deal were pretty terrible. I think they're a little nervous to go big.
But this is the best pitcher in the game, arguably the best pitcher in the game right now. I know
it is, and he's going to want to get paid like it too. Though is the problem. You're talking $40 million a year starting point.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with the number, but
yeah. Welcome to the Yankees, Tarek Skubal.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
welcome
disagree
to the Dodgers.
with
You'll be their 5-starter.
Yeah. I mean, I just think the offseason asking price for him is too high. He's a trade deadline piece to me if they don't come to terms on an agreement.
Yeah.
And this is the other part. If the Tigers are in a playoff spot, do they trade him? I think you almost have to because of the haul you're going to get. I don't because it's not going to be worth letting him walk to free agency to get a compensation pick. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you need to get 4 to 5 prospects back for this guy at the trade deadline.
Yeah, and the hard part is, next year becomes a bit of a transition year because you don't trade him in the offseason. That means you go into the season with him. If you're in the playoff hunt, what do you do? If you trade him, you're basically tanking the year. Like, what do you do there? Like that makes next year. If you start the season with Tarek Skubal, you're basically saying we're willing to get nothing for him, or we're willing to blow this thing up middle of the year because we're not going to let him go for free.
Yeah. I mean, their priority obviously right now is to find an agreement and pay him. Number 2 is to search for a deal now. But like I said, I think the asking price is too high. And then last resort is you have to trade him at the deadline. You can't let him play a full 2026 on your team. You can't. He's got to be gone in my eyes.
Yep, I agree. And I think a lot of people in chat are saying that you kind of have to let him go in the offseason to be able to maximize the value, but it's tough. It's gonna be hard to move him.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody giving up a haul is going to know that he's going to free agency after the year. He's a 1-year rental. Therefore, you get a little bit less for him. It's hard.
Yeah. I mean, you have this one too pending. Paul Scanes, we think it's a couple years early for a Scanes trade because they still have control, but
probably next off season for Scanes.
Yeah,
because that's when he gets an arbitration where he's going to get paid.
Yeah.
All right, so that's number 1 is Tarek Skubal. Number 2, Freddie Peralta. No surprise, they've been talking about trading him for a year.
Yeah, he's gone.
Number 3, Hunter Green. The Reds are reportedly planning to shop him.
Yeah, I mean, can see that. Teams are always looking for starting pitching. I think that's smart on the Reds' part. Green's been a horse when he's healthy, but again, he's not healthy often enough for me. I don't necessarily want him in Boston. We have enough injury history there. If you could promise me Hunter Green stays on the field, then yeah, I'm trading for him. But I don't think that's going to be a huge package to get him because of his injury history.
Yeah. The only nice thing is that he did sign a 6-year, $53 million extension in 2023 with a team option for 2029 at $21 million. So you do have control of him through 2029 at a really affordable price. However, to Nick's point, how many starts do you actually get out of the guy?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. This is fair. Reds want MLB hitters.
They do.
And that's,
they need offense.
Mm-hmm. That would be a piece to get you a couple bats for sure. You hope.
And they've got more young arms coming. They can afford to move him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 4, Jarren Duran.
I mean, I can see it. His name was thrown around like crazy this year, um, especially at the deadline. I could see the Red Sox doing something like that, but he's coming off a downish year for him. So, is this the Jaron Duran, or was 2024 the Jaron Duran? Like, which Jaron Duran is the actual Jaron Duran?
Yeah, because he took a pretty decent. I mean, he still had a good year, but he took a pretty good sized step back.
I mean, his 2024 was ridiculous.
Yeah, 284, 48 doubles, 14 triples, 21 home runs, 34 steals.
Yeah.
This
So,
year,
I
his
mean,
batting average was about 30 points lower. His OPS was 50 points lower. His WAR was about half. Led the league in triples again, but
yeah. So that's my
that's it.
that's my only thing with him is I don't know what a package for him looks like. What does a team put to, you know, what does a team put together for Jaron Duran, and how do the Red Sox value him because of those two polar opposite years? I don't know. I would say 50-50 on him.
Yeah, is he a perennial MVP candidate, or is he a guy who's going to blow you away one year and be pretty average the next? I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't Harrison peeing in my Cheerios. It was me not knowing which Jaron Duran was actually going to be traded. So that was just me trying to think, and that's dangerous in itself, Captain.
Yeah.
But.
All right, number 5, Mackenzie Gore. The belief is Paul Taboni, the new president of baseball ops, is likely going to try to move him to get some pieces back. Obviously, Taboni came from the Red Sox. He knows the prospects well. He knows Breslow well. There's a rumor that he's already got his wish list, but do you think the Nationals move Mackenzie Gore?
I think so. They're in no position to compete, really. I mean, they were better-ish this year, but do they realistically have a shot at the NL East? No. Move on from Gore, get something for him, and let him go pitch for someone else. I'm 100% on him getting moved.
You're finally getting value for the guy that was the cornerstone of the Soto trade. It only took a few years, but you're finally getting it.
Right. But I think it's time to turn that over now too.
Yeah, I agree. I think it makes sense for that move. And there's also a belief that the Padres would like him back. He'd be a cheap option to fill Dylan Cease's hole. Right? Right? Okay, anyways, moving on. Next up, Sandy Alcantara. Yep.
Yes, I don't. His year was so freaking weird. I don't know which team's gonna take him. Like that's. So I'm looking at it as like, yes, the Marlins want to move on from him, but I'm looking at it from like the other 29 teams' perspective. Like, do we really need that? Like, do we need to give up a couple prospects for a number 4 or 5 guy? Now, listen, his upside is there, right? We can see when Sandy Alcantara is on, he's a beast. But again, kind of like Jaron Duran, like which one are we getting? Which Sandy are we getting? I don't know. That's a weird one. And the Marlins perspective, yes. The other 29 teams, I'm going to say no.
Yeah, and Mike, I agree. The Marlins are going to want more than he's worth. But I do think because of what he costs, the Marlins are going to be willing to settle. I think this go around, they learned their lesson.
That's fair.
They didn't trade him last offseason. He had a miserable first half, and he basically became untradeable. I don't think they'll make that mistake again. I think they will find a way to get him out of town, dump the contract, get something back for him, and just move on. Because I think for the right price, there's probably 29 teams that would take a flyer on him. It's just got to be the right price.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think a flyer, yes, 29 teams are in on him. But
yeah,
if the asking price is too high, like Mike said, I don't think he moves.
Yeah, and I think all of baseball knows the Marlins have no leverage here. Yeah. They need to get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be curious how that plays out. All right. Number 7, Sonny Gray. Apparently, Chaim Bloom's already approached him at waiving his no trade clause. Sonny Gray said, I would for the right place. So Chaim Bloom is beginning to shop Sonny Gray. I mean, makes sense to me.
Yeah, he's going to Boston.
Okay.
Heimblum
Well,
has the connection to Boston. The Boston needs something. We don't know the status on Giolito. Don't know the status on the other guys in the rotation. I think Sonny Gray. I think the Red Sox have to wheel and deal for some pitching this offseason, and I think I think Sonny Gray ends up there. I think someone said it last week, so I don't want to take their thunder, but I think Sonny Gray is actually a good fit at Fenway. So I think he ends up there.
Yeah, I mean he's been a solid starter for at least the last several years, and really he was good before that. But he had good numbers last year. So he's 35, going into his 14th season. He signed for 2 more years, so he's on a 1-year rental. I mean, I think teams are going to be like, yeah, let's see what the asking price is.
Sonny has been cloudy for years. It won't take much to get him a case of lobster and a bucket of balls.
Yeah,
I don't know. Well, looks like Bloom's already tearing that place down, which is crazy.
which we figured he probably would. I mean,
Yeah.
The only way he's going to get a chance to put his fingerprints on this thing is to blow it up and start over.
Yep.
All right, Brandon Lowe, Tampa Bay Rays.
Yes, somebody will give up something for that bat and his services for sure. I think he's out.
Yeah, I mean, 31 home runs, tied with Jazz Chisholm for most by second baseman.
Yep.
You know, he was finally healthy again this year. He's only under control for 1 more year, so we'll see how that goes. But I think that there's a lot of teams that would be like, yeah, for the right price, again, I would slot him right into my lineup.
Yep.
All right, number 9, Alec Boehm.
Yeah, I think he's gone so they can make room for Alex Bregman.
Yeah, I mean
that's my, and they've been looking to move on from him for a while. I think Alec Boehm is gone.
Yeah, I think he stayed a year too long. They really needed to move him last year and didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And lastly, this one I'm surprised by. Joe Adell. He's got 2 more years of control. The thinking is the Angels could dangle him out there for some starting pitching and utilize this kind of career year for him to go get some arms because they need to rebuild that pitching staff fast.
Leverage wise and timing for the Angels, it makes perfect sense. Like if they keep Joe Adell, they're not going to compete because they're not going to be able to prevent runs, right? I mean, pitching is their glaring need. Like they hope they wake up at Christmas morning and there's 5 aces underneath their tree Christmas morning. And the only way you're going to do that is, like you said, if you get Joe Adell out there, and somebody will pay him. He has turned it around. He seems to have figured it out. I watched a lot of Angels this year, like surprisingly. He's a good ball player, and he's finally shaping up to an MLB type talent and a good one that's going to hit you 30 bombs. Yep. I think the Angels have to do that to get pitching in that organization for sure.
Yep. I mean, I think it makes sense.
Yep.
I think it makes sense. All right. I got one more thing that I did not realize at the time. Did you realize? Oh, where'd you go?
I'm still here.
Oh, my everything just went black. Okay, we're back.
Yeah. I'm still here.
Anyways. So did you realize that Kurt Suzuki's contract is only a 1-year deal?
Huh. Okay. Like a prove it deal, I guess, as a manager?
I don't know, but they gave him a 1-year deal.
Is it because he's a first-time manager, maybe? And they'll look to extend it if he has a decent year?
I don't know. I mean, he's actually been Perry Manasian's special assistant for the past 3 seasons and working closely with the Angels. He's been in that front office every day for the last 3 years. It seems like a bit of an insult to give him a 1-year deal, but that just came out a little bit ago that he's only getting a 1-year deal.
Then that makes that move even more interesting. Because you'd think the Angels would want somebody there for a foundation and not just like in and out. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of weird.
Well, it may also explain why Albert Pujols was like, nope.
True. Tommy Lasorda signed nothing but 1-year deals his career, John Carter said. So
I mean, yeah, but it was one of those things where they kind of knew that was the game he was playing because he wanted the ability to say, "Yeah, I'm out," but he never left.
yeah.
But I mean, and Suzuki's, to Suzuki's credit, he says, I make a joke of it, but I feel like I've been playing on 1-year deals my whole career. Like I had to prove myself every single year I played this game.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, and Mike,
he's at least coming at it
yeah,
from a good position, but that's weird to give a manager a 1-year deal first.
and Mike, this is a good question too. Maybe it was on his end he didn't want to get locked in. Maybe he's like, hey, I'm going to go in, get my feet wet. If I have a decent year and I just don't like it here, maybe I do move on and try to find a job somewhere else. So it could be him. And the Angels are desperate enough, kind of like the Twins, like, hey, somebody wants this job. Okay. Like, we'll take it. I don't know. It's a weird one on both sides, really.
Yeah, it's strange. But yeah, I guess I did not pick up on that fact that it was only a 1-year deal until just a little while ago.
Weird.
Yeah.
Well.
What else we got, chat?
Anything else? Yeah. Harrison, per usual, podcasting sick. No days off. Guys like Jordan. 1,000%.
Yeah. Cal Ripken's got nothing on me.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, nice. John from Philly is here. Been talking to him in Messenger quite a bit this week. So welcome to the show, Jonathan. Yeah, and Cran, I'm not gonna put that comment on, but that's essentially like what I'm saying, right? Like this is his first job. Maybe he's like, I don't want to get locked in long term because Angels have not been great. Not great the last few seasons. So like, why would I want to do that? So yeah, I mean, it could be both sides, or just the Angels being like, "Hey, buddy, this is your first gig. We don't want to, screw you and lock you in long term just to fire you, and then you don't have a shot anywhere else." Like maybe it was mutual. Maybe they both said, "Hey, let's just do 1 year, see what it looks like, and then go from there."
Let's make sure it works. And if it doesn't work for either one of us, then we'll just agree to part company, and all we do was lose a year where we weren't going to be competitive anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, agree.
I mean, John, I feel like you might be absorbing some Twin shots this offseason. We'll try to keep it to a minimum, but it's going to be hard when the Twins come up.
Yeah. We'll try to steer clear of that for you, but I mean, we'll see.
I mean, the nice thing is there's nothing really to talk about in Minnesota right now. So.
Yeah. And I mean, that's fair. He did get raked over the coals at the deadline. I mean, we should be a little bit nice to John Carter. That was I can't even imagine seeing my team getting tore down like that mid-game. I mean, it was just like, you off the field, you off the field, you off the field. Baldelli, you off the field. Like, I mean, just like everybody.
Yep.
That was crazy. I remember just sitting there watching that. Like, I think John actually sent me a message. He's like, do you see what's going on right now? And I was like, this is wild.
It felt like every inning somebody else is getting pulled out the field. Same with the Rays.
Yeah.
With Randy Arozarena walking out through the ballpark, like sitting in the bleachers.
Yeah.
When the Rays tore it all down.
Man, that was crazy. Did the Twins get demoted to AAA? I mean, pretty much, essentially, that day of the deadline was crazy. But, man. Is this Hunter
Tory
Pence?
Hunter?
Tory Hunter? Hunter Pence? Hunter Brown? Which Hunter are we talking about here? I didn't even know there was anybody.
Hunter Orange?
Yeah. I didn't even know there was anybody looking at that job. I mean, it makes sense the Twins are looking, but
I remember reading somewhere where the Twins had talked to Tory Hunter, but I'm thinking that's what Cap might be saying. But
I mean, it makes sense.
I can't imagine Tory Hunter wants to come back and have that be his return to the Twins, that managing that incredibly young team.
Oof. I mean, you could definitely, put your stamp on them.
Good.
But I think that's why you need a veteran-ish type manager in there to lead those kids, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you did hang on to Buxton, and he's a veteran. He's now your most senior Twin, right? I mean, there's nobody else.
Yeah, he's been in the league 10 years, and he's played about 4 of them. But
yeah.
So in terms of games played, he's not that much farther ahead of the guys coming up.
Yeah. Oh, Torrey was passed up for the Angels job. There you go. So,
yeah, I actually thought I found that Twins team kind of fun to watch down the stretch because it was a young team that didn't care. They're just like, we're going to go out and play. We don't care that we're not supposed to be good.
There is something dangerous when you have that. You have kids just going out there and literally playing for jobs next year. No, it's pretty fun to watch for sure.
We're not supposed to be good, so let's just go. Let's get after it.
Yep. Love it. All right. Do we have anything else, or are we just ready for Game 1 of the World Series tomorrow night?
World Series time.
All right. Final score tomorrow. What is it?
6-4.
Not going to give a team? Okay, just 6-4. That's the final score. It can go either way. I have 2 chances.
6-4 Blue Jays.
All right. I'm going to go 8-3 Dodgers.
Woo.
Yeah.
Boy, my boy Savage is getting beaten up tomorrow.
Yep. I agree. So I got 8-3 Dodgers. They win in 4.
I thought it was 2.
Well,
so you say you're giving the Blue Jays some more credit now, are you?
Yeah. I mean, I know the series can't end in 2 games, Harrison. I was thinking the mercy rule, but I would have given game 1 like 20-2. Dodgers win. Game 1 they win 20-2. Game 2 they win 19-1.
No.
And then the Blue Jays just don't travel to LA.
In Canada, do they wave a white flag or no because it blends into the snow? They wave like a red flag instead?
I couldn't tell you. I mean, sounds right.
John's got Dodgers up 11-2. Teoscar 2 home runs, 6 RBIs.
Dang. Toronto in 7. Jonathan thinks Toronto in 7. I'll take the Bears 165-2. Yeah, Jonathan 20-7. But yeah, 3-2 Dodgers. Okay, close one, Mike Scott. All right. I mean, we will see. Harrison and I might.
Hey, Nick, who'd win the fight, Ditka or God?
What if God's name was Ditka?
Trick question. Ditka is God.
Oh, so great. What if the Hurricane's name was Ditka? Oh, Ditka. Yeah, oh, God. That skit so good.
Classic.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we might be on at one point for a live watch party for one of the games. John Carter thinks 5-1 LA tomorrow. So,
all right,
we will see.
I got Jonathan here with me going Toronto in 7. I like it. I'm not alone here anymore.
Yeah.
From what I saw earlier, it's about 80-20. 80% of writers are picking the Dodgers. 20% are picking the Blue Jays.
So Jonathan is a huge Phillies fan. So yeah, they are going to absolutely replay this home run. So he's like, we're gonna see Joe Carter's home run way too much. Shoot me.
But don't worry, they're gonna replay Game 4 for Shohei way more than that.
Oh, facts.
Yeah. So
facts. Yeah.
Oh, Cran, this is right. It's a Toronto Maple Leafs flag they wave because they're always defeated. That totally makes sense.
That's fair.
That makes a lot more sense. I'm with you now.
It's
baseball.
fair.
I never predict. It is a crapshoot. The World Series is a crapshoot.
So
I'm picking Ohtani. Ohtani wins. Ohtani's like Godzilla.
Yeah. Blue Jays, you lose. Dodgers, you lose. Ohtani, you win.
Ohtani wins. Flawless victory.
Yeah. For sure. But all right. Well, I think that's going to do it for us tonight. We might be on at some point, either tomorrow night or Saturday. I don't know what we got going on. Got to kind of talk about it after the show here. Wouldn't make for good radio if we just discussed our plans in front of you guys. So we'll do it after. But keep an eye out on the page. We'll let you know if we're going to come live watch either tomorrow night Game 1 or Saturday night Game 2. But either way, we will be back on Sunday to discuss the first 2 games, and it's a travel day, so there'll be no baseball there. So Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, enjoy the World Series. Make sure, if you haven't, you leave a review on our Facebook page. It really, really helps us. Our page has absolutely exploded, and you guys are a huge reason why. So like I say every week, we thank you more and appreciate you guys more than we tell you. You guys are the backbone of what we do, so we really, really appreciate it. So keep up the support, keep sharing our stuff, liking and commenting. And we will talk about the first games of the World Series either on the live watch or on Sunday when we have our full show. So,
yeah, and congratulations to the geezer, and Ryan will be in touch.
yes, absolutely. Enjoy some baseball. We will see you soon.
See ya.